Hi friends, so welcome back again into this class. I hope you are enjoying and realizing how important minerals can be in our life and how life becomes impossible without the minerals. So we yesterday said how the minerals are classified into different types. We can classify them into three: metallic, non-metallic, and energy resources. Then metallic can be divided again into three. That is ferrous, which is containing iron, and non-ferrous, which is not containing iron metals but other metals. Then non Another one is precious, that is like gold, silver, platinum, and so on. The non-metallic, we said the example of mica, salt, potash, sulfur, granite, limestone, and so on. Then energy minerals are coal, petroleum, and natural gas, and so on. So let us see how they are formed, how they are occurring in different parts of the earth. In everywhere we don't find the same minerals. Some places we find them more, some places we find them less, and so on. Let's see how they are occurred. We can take page number 51. So minerals are usually found in ores. The term ore is used to describe an accumulation of any mineral mixed with other elements. So we find these minerals where it is together with ore. You say iron ore, crude oil, and so all these are all these are ores are there. And ores means it's not just one mineral alone. Many minerals are mixed together and they are mixed up. Or is not pure. It is many minerals are there. And the mineral content of the ore must be in sufficient concentration to make it extraction commercially viable. So the mineral content of the ore must be in sufficient concentration to make its extraction commercially viable. So we said some places there are not enough minerals. If the content or the source is very small, then digging deep and taking out is not very profitable. We have to spend so much money in order to extract it, and after extracting we find the amount of minerals that are found there is very little. Then it is a loss. Nobody will go for that. So before mining they will make sure that there is enough quantity of minerals are there. Otherwise nobody will go for it. It will be a waste of money. Then the type of formation or structure in which they are found determines the relative ease with which mineral ores may be mined. So we will see how easy it is or how difficult it is to extract the mines depending on the type of formation or structure, how they are formed and what is their structure and so on. This also determines the cost of extraction, and depending on their structure or their formation we also will be able to make out how easy it is to take it out, how easy it is to extract the minerals. And it is therefore important for us to understand the main types of formation in which minerals occur. So let us see how the minerals are formed, because it is very much important to realize how will be the cost, how much will be the cost, how hard it will be, all that. So minerals generally occur in these forms. So which are the forms? Let us see. First one is igneous and metamorphic rocks. So minerals are formed in igneous and metamorphic rocks. Minerals may occur in the cracks, crevices, faults or joints. So what type of rocks minerals are formed? First of all, it is igneous forms. Igneous means the burn forms. So especially when there is lava and so on. So when there is lava, when there is volcano explosion, there can be lava coming out, the heat, soil, molten soil comes out, and then slowly it gets settled, it becomes solid and rock, and inside that there can be minerals, or also metamorphic rocks, the soft rocks which keep on changing the form. Sometimes it will be hard, after some time it will be soft, then it may be broken into pieces and so on. So that kind of rocks also these minerals form. Then may occur in the cracks. So in the stone or in the rock there will be cracks, may be there, small cracks, line may be there, and sometimes there will be folds, little more open ones, or there may be join, two rocks are joined together. So wherever there is a gap, wherever there is a crack, wherever there is a hole in the rock, in that holes, in that gap, there can be formation of minerals. The smaller occurrences are called veins and the larger are called lords. So we can underline. If the occurrence of the mineral is very small, then it is called veins. V-E-I-N. And if it is large, then it is called lords. So veins and lords. Then in most cases they are found when minerals in liquid or molten and gaseous forms are forced upward through cavities towards the earth's surface. So in most of these cases they are formed. These minerals are formed when minerals in liquid or molten and gaseous form. So this mineral sometimes it will be in the liquid form, or sometimes it will be in the molten form. For example, we said lava comes out, it is molten form. Or when it is in the form of gas, then they have that pressure to push up into the on top of the earth. So it is push up. Then force upward through cavities through the earth's surface. So wherever there is a cavity, wherever there is a hole, through that hole or through that gap, through that crack, it is pushed up. Then they cool and solidify as they rise. Major metallic minerals like tin, copper, zinc and lead, etc. are obtained from veins and lords. So as this gas is coming forward, or this liquid is coming up, or the molten rock is coming up, as they are coming up through the crack of the earth, what happens? They become solid, they get cooled down and become solid. So under the earth it is so hot, under the earth it is very hot, therefore the things are boiling there, it is getting molten there, it is getting boiled there. And so slowly out of that heat it comes up wherever there is a hole on the earth or a crack in the earth, and after they reach higher and higher, the temperature decreases, then it will become cooled, it will become cold and it will cool down. So then it will remain there, settle there. That is how the minerals are formed under the earth. Then second one, in sedimentary rocks a number of minerals occur in beds or layers. So in the sedimentary rocks, the rocks that are not very hard, it keeps on powdering, soft rocks. So there the minerals are occur in beds or layers. Beds or layers. Then they have been formed as a result of deposition, accumulation and concentration in horizontal strata. Coal and some forms of iron ore have been concentrated as a result of long periods under great heat and pressure. So how do the minerals form there under these sedimentary rocks? The process is called beds and layers, and they have been formed as a result of deposition, accumulation and concentration in horizontal strata. So in other area we saw how the minerals are formed. Because of the heat under the earth, it is coming up as a liquid or as a gas or as a molten, and then slowly it gets cooled as they come up. But this second type, what is formed in the sedimentary rock, it is because of accumulation or concentration or deposition. So some of the things it is getting deposited there and it remains there thousands of years or millions of years, then after many years they turn out to be minerals. Then coal and some forms of iron ore have been concentrated as a result of long periods under great heat and pressure. So as I said, under the earth it is so hot, and the things that remain underneath or things that are deposited due to the climate change, due to natural calamity, and so many things are deposited under the earth and the soil come over it, like trees are falling down, animals are dead, and so they remain under the earth for millions of years. And what happens to them? They remain concentrated there for a long period of time, then they turn out to be minerals. So iron, coal, all those things are examples of that sort. Then another group of sedimentary minerals include gypsum. Another group of sedimentary mineral, the name is gypsum, and potash, salt, and sodium salt. So gypsum, potash, salt, and sodium salt. These are formed as a result of evaporation, especially in arid regions. So how do these minerals form? Minerals like gypsum, potash salt, and sodium salt, how do they? So they are formed as a result of evaporation. You know how we make the salt. We take the seawater and make it stagnant in one place for a few days, then that water gets evaporated and then minerals remain there, salt remain back there, the water will be evaporated. So all these minerals are made that way. It is not dug out from under the earth, but it is processed through evaporation, especially evaporation of the seawater. Then another mode of formation involves, another form how the minerals are formed is decomposition of surface rocks and the removal of soluble constituents, leaving a residual mass of weathered material containing ores. So the third type of mineral formation is due to decomposition of surface rocks. The rocks are getting decomposed, it is getting rotten or it is changing into some other forms. Then the removal of soluble constituents. The soluble means which can be solved in the water, which can be dissolved, all that is removed. Then leaving the residual mass of weathered material containing ores. So when these things are removed, the soluble constituents are settled there and removing the residual mass of weathered material and containing ores. In that the ores are contained and from there it will be separated. Then bauxite is formed this way. So an example of a mineral that is formed in this way is called bauxite. Bauxite is an example for this kind of formation. Then the fourth type of mineral being formed is certain minerals may occur as alluvial deposits in sands of valley floors on the base of hills. So we know when we studied about rivers, we saw as the river is coming down, flowing down from the hills, it is carrying a lot of soils, a lot of alluvial soil we can say. So that also may contain a lot of minerals. So deposits in sand of valley floors and the base of hills. So in the valley it will be deposited in the valley or at the base of the hills. Then these deposits are called placer deposits and generally contain minerals which are not corroded by water. So this soil that is remaining there, that soil also may contain a lot of minerals there, and they are called, or this process of depositing the minerals in the form of alluvial soil is called placer deposits. Then example is gold, silver, tin, platinum are most important among such minerals. So the minerals like gold, silver, the tin, platinum, so all these precious metals, they are formed in this way, placer deposits. Then the fifth type of formation of this mineral is the ocean waters contain vast quantities of minerals, but most of these are too widely diffused to be of economic significance. So even under the earth, under the ocean, we will find there are a lot of minerals, but they are not gathered together in one place. They are all scattered here and there under the base of the ocean, and therefore mining that will be very expensive. First of all, it is under the sea, and it is here and there scattered, therefore it will be very expensive. However, common salt, magnesium and bromine are largely derived from ocean waters. So some of them, as we said earlier, through evaporation we take the salt and other things, evaporation of the seawater. So though the minerals are there under the ocean, which is quite difficult to take it out, but by using the seawater itself, by evaporating, we can take a lot of minerals there. Then for example is common salt, magnesium, bromine, all these are from ocean waters. The ocean beds too are rich in magnesious nodules. So even the ocean beds, the bottom of the ocean, there are also a lot of minerals, especially manganese is there. So these are some of the methods how these minerals are formed under the earth or over the earth, how the minerals are obtained, how they are formed under the earth, and so on. Then the interesting fact is there. Rat hole mining, do you know that most of the minerals in India are nationalized and their extraction is possible only after obtaining due permission from the government. So in India, the government has made it that all the minerals are nationalized, that means they are the property of the nation. So an individual person cannot go and do the mining. Even if it is in your compound, if you want to mine, then you have to get permission from the government, because all the minerals belong to the government. But in most of the tribal areas of the northeast India, minerals are owned by individuals or communities. But there is an exception for the northeast, that if a mineral is found in the tribal area, then it belongs to them. It is not belonging to the government, or it belongs to that tribal community, and so on. Then in Meghalaya, there are large deposits of coal, iron ore, limestone and dolomite, etc. And coal mining in Jawai and Cherrapunji is done by family members in the form of a long narrow tunnel known as rat hole mining. So for example, if you go to Meghalaya, there is plenty of coal mines are there, and where coal is found or iron ore is found, and so on. So it does not belong to the government, it belongs to those tribal people in whose land it is found. Therefore they are allowed to do the mining there, and the way they mine, it is called rat hole mining. You have to make like a rat hole, you have to go deeper and deeper. A small hole is made and it is gone. So it is done with their own family members. It is not done by the government, but the duty or the responsibility is given to family members. So they can take it out, or they can mine it out, and they can become rich, and that is given to them. So what you can underline that name, how in Shillong or how in Meghalaya the coal is mined, what is it known as. Especially in Jawai and Cherrapunji, they do the coal mining, the process called rat hole mining. So we can underline that, what is it called. It is called rat hole mining. Then, India is fortunate to have fairly rich and varied mineral resources. So, in India we have a lot of mineral resources are there. Then, however, these are unevenly distributed. Broadly speaking, peninsular rocks contain most of the reserves of coal, metallic minerals, mica, and many other non-metallic minerals. So, some area in India, for example, the peninsular area and the rocks in that peninsular area, they contain lot of minerals like coal, metallic minerals, and non-metallic minerals, mica, and so on. A lot of things are found in this area where these peninsular rocks are there. Then sedimentary rocks on the western and the eastern flanks of the peninsula in Gujarat and Assam have most of the petroleum deposits. So if you go to the eastern side, like in Gujarat, we will find there is in Gujarat and Assam there is a lot of petroleum deposits are there. Especially in Assam, you must have heard about thick boy oil fields and so on. So it is very famous there, and very often it catches fire and a lot of petrol is burned away. Recently also we heard that in Assam oil fields got fire and the security personnel were trying very hard in order to put off this fire. And Rajasthan, with the rock systems of the peninsula, has reserves of many non-ferrous minerals. So, in Rajasthan there are many minerals which are non-ferrous. That means that does not contain iron. Then, the vast alluvial plains of North India are most devoid of economic minerals. So we see there is a plain area in the north, we have already studied about it, where this lot of alluvial soil is coming down from the Himalayan mountains with the rivers Brahmaputra, Indus and Ganga. So there are a lot of economic minerals are there. And these variations exist largely because of the differences in the geological structure, processes, and time involved in the formation of minerals. So, in this we see different parts of India having minerals. So, in the peninsular region there are plenty of minerals. Then in the Gujarat and Assam there are a lot of petroleum minerals. And if you go to this North India, the northern plain, there are not much minerals. It is alluvial soil is there, but the area is not containing much minerals. So that way, different places, different minerals are there, and so it is not evenly distributed. Some places more, some places less, and some places nothing is there. And these variations exist largely because of the differences in the geological structure, processes, and time involved in the formation of mineral. So why do these differences are there? Some places there is plenty and some places there is very little. Why? It is because of three factors. One is geological structure, another one is geological processes, and the time involved in the formation of minerals. You can underline why the minerals are not evenly distributed. Why are they different from different? Some places found more, some places found less, and some places nothing. What is the reason behind that? Then let us now study the distribution of a new major mineral in India. So, a few major minerals. And always remember that the concentration of minerals in the ore, the ease of extraction and closeness to the market play an important role in affecting the economic viability of the reserve. So it is not enough to have mineral resource, but there should be the concentration should be there. That means there should be a large amount should be there. Very little here and there is not enough. Then to dig out so deep and take out that very little mineral there, then it becomes very expensive and there will be no profit. So there should be a large concentration. More things should be gathered there. Then the ease of extraction. The area should be easy to do the mining. If it is very hard rock, difficult terrain, then it is going to be difficult. Then also there should be a market nearby. After taking out this, we should be able to sell it in the market. There should be demand for it. Otherwise, we'll be mining out and keeping at home, and there will be no economic benefit for the people. So that is also, these are the three factors that are important. What are they? One is the concentration of mineral in the ore. Second one is the ease of extraction. Extraction should be easy. Then third one is the closeness to the market. They play an important role in affecting the economic viability of this reserve. Thus, to meet the demand, a choice has to be made between a number of possible options. When this is done, a mineral deposit or reserve turns into a mine. So when all these are possible, when we are able to meet the demand, a choice has to be made between number of possible options. So when we realize that all these facilities are there, a lot of minerals are there, and mining is easy, and the market is nearby, then we decide, we make a choice. Okay, I am going to do the mining here. Then what happens? Then that deposits, mineral deposits that are there under the earth, or the reserve that is there under the earth, they turn out to be a mine. Once we start taking out, then we call it a mine. Till that time it was called mineral reserve or mineral deposit. But once we start taking out, we start digging, then it is no more called a reserve, but it is called a mine. Now let us study about ferrous minerals. We studied what is ferrous minerals? The minerals that are containing iron metal, that is called ferrous minerals. So we know there are many minerals are there which are containing iron, and we will study them in later. So for today we shall stop, and in the next class we will study about the ferrous minerals. So thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.